My name is Kim Alexander, and I'm from New York City.
Okay. Kim, tell us about the film you're in, DNR.
It's an incredible project. It follows one day of crisis in a family that's built on love, but also a lot of pain. And a lot of pain comes to the surface as we move along. It's a lot to unpack, a lot of different layers.
And who do you play in DNR?
I play Margaret. She's one of the sisters because it's about siblings and family. So there's a couple of brothers and there's a couple of sisters. So Margaret's in the middle, actually. And yeah, she has a really good spirit. You know, she just wants the family to come together in peace. She wants, instead of pieces. And she has many different layers to her as well.
Okay. Yeah. Is there a difference between Margaret and Kim?
There is differences between, she's a little bit more, I would say she's a bit more refined than Kim. And she carries so much weight on her shoulders. She suppresses a lot. Whereas I, Kim Alexander, I express my feelings. I'm not like passive aggressive. And with Margaret, she feels like it's best to hold it in and be strong for everybody. So it's kind of challenging being that because I'm a person who's very expressive, whereas she's someone who suppresses a lot.
Okay. What's your favorite scene in DNR and why?
My favorite scene. My favorite scene is the scene where Margaret reaches her breaking point with her siblings. Like she finally gets to let out all that suppressed energy and she just goes in and she releases and she feels good. She feels like the weight of her shoulders have been lifted. For me, that's the deepest because that's when you see her at her like wildest, because any other time she's just trying to be calmer. This time she's had it, like her lid is blown off. So for me, I love to see that for her because I'm like, okay, she finally let it out. That's my favorite scene.
Okay. How do you feel this film will relate to the viewers?
I feel like in families, especially Black families, but families in general, that people can relate because a lot of families come with a lot of pain, you know, a lot of different energies, a lot of different personalities. When you're going through crisis, you start to see who's really there for you, who's not. You start to see your family for who they really are. And then seeing your family vulnerable. Like a lot of people go through things in life. They lose people they love, you know, and trauma comes to the surface. We can all relate to that. So I feel like when people see it, they'll see parts of themselves. I really do.
Excellent. Is there a scene in DNR that you really, really like or love that you're not in?
Yes.
What scene is that?
It's one of the scenes in the beginning when my sister Liz and Gretchen are unpacking some of the trauma. Like it's her first time going into the trauma that she's been through. I don't want to say too much because you guys have to tune in, but seeing that and seeing how raw that is, it's just like, I just wish that I could be somewhere in there, but I don't arrive at that point, but it's just a very intense, raw scene. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so can you tell us who Margaret is outside of her family?
Outside of her family, she's a career woman. She's very creative. She likes to go against the grain as far as fashion, as far as life. She just loves art. She has a lot of art in her home. She has a life partner. She's not married to him, but she doesn't feel like she has to be married. It's a commitment. It's a spiritual commitment. So Margaret's very spiritual even outside of the family. And she likes to take risks. She likes to be a free spirit. And that's who she is. Yeah.
Kathy, you got a question?
Yes. What was Margaret's relationship with her mother and father? How would you describe her connection with each of them? What did she like about them? What she didn't like about them?
She loved how her father was a man's man. He was very old-fashioned, and he felt that, you know, he was a provider. And he's one of them fathers I felt like as long as he provides, he's a good dad, you know. I wouldn't say that he said he loved me a lot, but he showed love. And he showed love by providing. And that's one thing I loved about him. Margaret's mom, our mom, she let the man lead. She was that kind of wife where she felt that dad should lead things. So she was kind of quiet. She let a lot of things go because she felt her position was to be quiet, because that's how it was back in the day with parents. So they was a bit old fashioned in that way. But sometimes I look at it and I'm like, wow, I wish my mom would have spoke up, looking back on some of the things that you'll see in this film.
Okay. Lastly, going out, what would you like to see for yourself as far as acting?
Wow. I would like to explore different roles. I would like to play a character that's the opposite of Margaret, just to see the different ways that I can expand creatively. So I'm looking forward to like doing something more intense, maybe drama, and also something like a rom-com. I just want to just visit any. I think it should just be like about different kinds of roles, like just a mixture of different roles. Like I want to be challenged. I think the most important thing as an actor is to feel challenged by your role, because that's how you grow. And that's what I want for myself. And I'm looking forward to it.